on Iwtv News.
Iowa Western's in the national spotlight. The 2020 election comes to Reiver Arena. It's a day for first-timers, a truly special day for the first kid in his or her family to get a college degree. Ending in style in Kansas, the Big Blue football team takes the high ground once again, sending a message on the mat. Reiver Wrestling has a different feel this year. Just ask the Lakers.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to our latest edition of Iwtv News. Now, Iowa Western, a happening place the other day. Talk about bees buzzing around in a beehive. I mean, a national political campaign comes to Reiver Country. And that's pretty neat. Why? What do you think? He lights up the big board in Reiver Arena. Crowds gathering hours before Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders hits the stage. Now, first impression of Iowa Western?
I'm impressed with how well clean and well maintained the entire facility is. I was just looking at your website. It looks like you got over 80 programs.
It's pretty cool because they don't really do that at UNL, which is where I go, and it's kind of big for the Midwest to have someone like this coming and campaigning, and it's really cool that I got to travel and come here.
And come here they do. Media from all around the country setting up shop in preparation. Now, the arena filling up with every glance.
I think it says that it's very open to allowing competing views to come to campus, because I know a lot of the people around here probably, from what I've heard from conversations walking by, are not as enthusiastic about Bernie Sanders as some of the people that are attending. But I do think that it's a good idea to host as many of these as possible just to get those views out.
I think it says that they're embracing the current political environment. I think they're inviting, they're open-minded. And I think it's a good idea that they're doing this.
Hello, Iowa. How are you doing?
Democratic New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doing her thing before the main event, with the college getting high marks.
I think it says that the community college is open to engaging its students in political activism and a dialogue about what's going on in the world and in our country. And it's very exciting.
Since the caucus is about less than 90 days away, I find it pretty effective that presidential candidates come to an academic environment and to share their platform.
And then Bernie Sanders graces the stage and preaches his gospel.
It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity if you embrace it.
Educate students, which will increase voter turnout among young folks. I feel like it's very effective.
I just think it's very cool that they're coming to the colleges specifically to really engage with the youth vote. It's better than I've seen candidates at bars and stuff, so, you know, it's a much more, I feel, communal vibe.
It gives people that maybe can't go to bigger venues the ability to come and hear what he has to say.
It's a beautiful campus, and it seems like there's a lot of young people and people of different ages here
to engage in the political process. Reiver Country gets involved and is once again on the cutting edge. Iowa Western continues to lead and never follow. Ending on a high note, the Iowa Western football team looks to close out its regular season in style. Strike up the band. Musicians wanted when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
College graduation's a big deal. It says something about the person, and it could bode well for the future. Well, the future is now for a lot of kids here at Iowa Western. In fact, some are honored with their own very special day. You see, for some and their families, it's a first.
College Students Day is for first-generation students. Trio, a student service here on campus, celebrates these kids with a party.
To get into Trio, you have to either have a financial burden, you receive an accommodation on campus, such as a 504 and IEP you're taking from high school, or you're a first-generation student, meaning neither parent or guardian has a bachelor's degree. And today is first-generation college student day across the nation, and that's why we have an open house going on in our lab.
Being a first-generation college student, because I really love college, I actually wouldn't have been a first-generation college student if my mom hadn't gotten really sick when she was going to school. So it's a conflicting feeling to be a first-generation college student for me, because it's like kind of depressing because I know that my mom didn't get the opportunity to, but it's also really exciting because I get the opportunity to, and she's really proud of me.
It's really difficult because I don't have anyone to turn to other than tutors and everything, and no one else knows what it's like being in a dorm. But other than that, it's really grateful. I have a lot of people here at the college and my friends that support me more than anything else, and so a lot of my family can't. So yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's really expensive though, extremely expensive. And so I love being able to meet new people, go to Trio every day, know where tutoring is. I know where, if I need financial aid help, I know where Clark is. I know who to talk to, know where therapy is if I need extra support.
We provide holistic wraparound services for students such as tutoring, personal one-on-one advising, transferring services, career development, and just really a whole multitude of other things.
And as these first-generation students reach their goals and they are honored with their own day, and as you can see, First Generation Students Day gets an A+. Iwtv News, I am Chloe Lothrop.
Thanks, Chloe. From one song to the next. And speaking of music, Reiver Country wants you. The more, the better. More musicians, just music to our band director's ears.
They march to their own tune all year round. The Iowa Western Band is looking to fill in some spots.
We're not looking for anything specific. We're just, how bands kind of go. We look for pretty much anyone and everything. Band is kind of a come as you are, be in band.
I think it's a great opportunity for anyone that's been in band or, new guys like me. Like I wasn't in band in high school. I joined band in college because I kind of regretted not doing it in high school. So, I've taken the steps where I can become an advanced musician through band, and it's great for anybody that wants to join.
We have wonderful facilities here, practice rooms that they can spend time working on music. For marching band, we play at all home football games. We do some community outreach things for both Council Bluffs and all of Southwest Iowa. Concert bands, fairly similar. We go out and play for schools. We do a couple tours, concerts here. We have a jazz band that also meets year-round that I also like to get out and kind of tour with the jazz band as well. When you come talk to me, generally I just like to meet everyone who's in my band kind of on a face-to-face, one-on-one type setting. And then I like to hear you kind of play a few notes. We call it an audition, but it's really more so just a process, opportunity for me to hear you play individually rather than in a full group setting.
You can find Don in his office at the lower level of the Iowa Western Arts Center. With IWTV News, I'm Nathan Baser.
Thanks, Nate. Another trip to nationals? The Iowa Western women's soccer team goes for the gold. Hey, how about 7 in a row? The football team just keeps rolling along, or does it? After the break.
Take a look under your bed.
find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
We've been here before. The Reivers stumble early, then roll through the rest of the season. Yeah, been there, done that. Iowa Western hits the road again for its last regular season game. And once again, it's down in Jayhawk territory, so anything can happen. Now, the Scotties stand between another win. In fact, make that 7 in a row.
A nice fall-like day in Highland, Kansas as the Reivers tackle the Scotties. First quarter, Highland connects for a 36-yard field goal. 3-0 home team after 1. In the second, third-string quarterback Braden Aker catches the defense napping. Marcel Barbie with a 16-yard touchdown. The visitors grab a 7-3 lead. Just over 2 minutes left in the half. QB Joseph Cambridge finds Jaden Thomas for a 10-yard touchdown strike. Scotties take a 9-7 lead into the half. Second half, third quarter. Cambridge, who throws for over 350 yards, finds a wide-open Kawan Jackson for a 14-yard score. Highland grabs a 15-7 lead with 15 minutes to play. The Reivers storm back in the fourth quarter. Akers finds a crossing Barbie. One play later, Zaquandre White rides the wave from 4 yards out. Iowa Western trails 15-13. Ensuing possession, Highland counters. Joseph Cambridge finds Kawan Jackson wide open. Number 84 races 76 yards for a touchdown. The home team grabs a 22-13 lead with over 10 minutes to play in the game. Visitors keep coming. Akers, who is 17 of 32 for 244 yards, finds Marcel Barbie again. Barbie with one of his 6 catches on the day for 145 yards. Next play, White, untouched for a second TD of the quarter. Reivers trail 22-20. The dark side defense forces just one turnover on the day, but it's a big one. Marcus Haskins with the interception. Iowa Western in business at the Scotty 22-yard line. So Zaquandre White, who carries the rock 36 times for 145 yards, for his third touchdown in the fourth. The Reivers grab a lead, 27-22. Last chance for Highland, Almos Titi with the pressure. Incomplete. Big Blue holds on, 27-22.
They did a good job. I mean, they played probably as good as I've seen them play, and made it tough on us. And we didn't want to put Braden in a bad position either. So we kind of gradually worked our way into the game.
Braden came out and did his thing today, and I think it showed, obviously, on the scoreboard. And he came out and made some plays. I think we just needed to play with some energy and tenacity and just play Reiver football. When the defense creates turnovers, we got their back, and we're going to go put points on the board. That's really all it comes down to.
I mean, they had the momentum going into the late fourth quarter, so we need to get a pick, and obviously Marcus Haskins came in with a big pick. That helps out a lot, bringing the momentum back to us. We had Braden Akers step up as quarterback and came in and got the W.
I've been doing this a long time. These are hard to get. I'm going to take a win when I get it.
Iowa Western wins its 7th game in a row after dropping 3 of its first 4. For IWTV Sports, I'm Riley T.
Thanks, Riley. Now, it wasn't pretty. Third-string quarterback Dol Woiks. But hey, they win. Akers' stats pretty good. Makes some big throws when he has to. The Z-Man, Saquandre White, the workhorse. 36 for 145, 3 touchdowns. The Z-Man, I think, plays at a different level than everybody else. The Barbie Man, some big catches for 145 yards. Now Marcel's a big play guy. So the Reivers start 1-3, win 7 straight, finish 8-3. I don't know about you, but to me, that's coaching. Turning to some basketball. Now the men tip off their home schedule against a pretty good Butler team. And things do not start out that well. But as we always say, it's not how you start, but.
Iowa Western kicking off its home season against Butler. The Reivers one and done early on. The Grizzlies get in the boards and turn them into points. Big Blue just can't buy a basket. Butler jumps out 21-8. Caleb Huffman drives the baseline. The sophomore with the circus shot. The Reivers finding their rhythm. Huffman leads all scorers with 24 points. Iowa Western trails 41-28 at the break. The Reivers go on a 12-0 run to start the second half. Malpine with his only 3. Jalen Downcourt drains it. Big Blue with 7 threes overall. Huffman and the home team cut it to 1 with 15 minutes left. And Coach Jonnett's squad is not going away. Seneca Lewis giving Iowa Western its first lead of the game, 45-44. Malpine lays in 15 points, 56-54 Reivers. Alex Spence and Big Blue outruns the Grizzlies 79-73.
We expected it. We just had to start slowing down and actually executing the press breaker. They sped us up at the beginning, and that was kind of messing us up.
Just playing discipline and just really focusing on defense and locking down some of the team's key players like we did tonight. So we did a great job of that tonight. Took away a lot of their scoring.
The message we had at halftime was really critical. We need to get that thing into about a 6 or 5 point pocket somewhere. And it may not come the first 5 minutes. It may be down the stretch. And the way they were playing, we anticipated having to be a late goal. But our guys responded well right after the half, got them into that 5 point cushion really quickly, and the game was back on.
All 10 players get some minutes as Iowa Western wins their first game at home. For IWTV Sports, I'm Trevor Halligan.
And then there's the wrestling team. Big Blue jumps into a lake with some Lakers. And I'll tell you what, Coach Watts and his wrestlers, a different feel to them this year. Why, check this out. 19th ranked Big Blue circles the wagons against the Lakers. Now the visitors 35-9 winners last year. Starting at 174, Michael Wagoner comes around for a quick 4-1 lead. The freshman from Kansas escapes and takes it 11-6. Then second period at 184. Josh McFarland from Tilden, Nebraska with the pin, 9-0 home team. It gets better at 197. The freshman from Omaha, Dylan Miller, sticks his man in just 20 seconds. Suddenly it's 15-0. Josh Watts and his team wrestling with an attitude. Reivers keep it rolling, 125. Camden Russell with the takedown and a 4-1 lead. The freshman from Omaha gets away and takes it 7-6. 133-pounder Daniel Liao almost pins his man in the first period. The sophomore from Corpus Christi, Texas, has his hand raised 8-7. 141, Max Hughes, a three-time state champ from Syracuse, Nebraska, puts a hurting on this Laker. The freshman escapes with a 14-7 win. Team score 24-3 Reivers. Melvin Hernandez gets two here at 149. The sophomore from David City, Nebraska, just outlasts his man 7-4. And then at 157, Levi May from Omaha wins at 9-6. And at 165, Miami's Isaiah Crosby just drowns his Laker in the first period. Iowa Western with a little payback, 36-3.
They got us pretty good last year. So it's always good to be able to return the favor a little bit. I believe we have a good squad. I think we can be as good as we choose to be. And as long as we pay attention to the details and execute the details.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It's so cool to hear your teammates on the side just rowdy and hyping you up. It's the best feeling.
I kind of just wrestled that match like I do most. I wanted to make sure that dude never wanted to step on the mat with me again. And I knew the team needed the team point, so I had to get the fall and just went to my go-to move.
I knew I was down going into the third. And I mean, he was kind of running from me, so it was hard for me to get on my offense. He's sticking to the outside, and I want to get to a tie and get to a setup, and so I can score from there. But I mean, I finally got my hands on him, and from there I was able to get some points.
We're winning matches and stuff. I just want to be more dominant. I want to be able to put it on people and not just squeak out some of these matches. You know, so we're working on that. But I think we're creating a more exciting atmosphere to watch. I think the guys are into it. I think the guys are supporting each other. So, I mean, I'm excited about the team. We just got to keep working.
The guys coming in heavier didn't manage to wait the way that the Iowa Western wrestling team with an impressive showing in Reiver Arena. Next up, another in-state battle at home, 5th-ranked Ellsworth.
We are Reivers!
Nitty-gritty time for the volleyball team. 2 words, second season. Win and yet another trip to nationals. Lose and piece of cake. 3-0, 3-0. Iowa Western making its 14th straight trip to the national tournament. That's quite an accomplishment. More on the Reiver volleyball machine on our next show. The women's soccer team off to nationals again, on the road with the Reivers on the other side.
Drop that baby.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
How about this? Iowa Western's Faith Ling-Ah runs the second fastest time in meet history and wins the NJCAA Division I Women's Cross Country Championship. The freshman from Kenya finishes the 3.1-mile course in 16 minutes 49 seconds. That's 13 seconds faster than the second-place finisher. So congrats to Faith, Coach Marshall, and the rest of his staff. Faith Ling-Ah, the first cross-country champ in school history. How about some soccer? 13th-ranked Iowa Western takes a trip to Wyoming. Now, the Reivers one win away from getting another suntan down in the Sunshine State. What a heartbreaker. Tied 1-1 at the end of regulation. Tied 1-1 at the end of 2 overtime periods. And so it goes to penalty kicks. Reivers on the losing end, 4-3. Wow, that hurts. Iowa Western season is done as Big Blue does not get an at-large bid to the national tournament. The Iowa Western men's soccer team, here punching them in, has received an at-large bid to the NJCAA Division I tournament. Now, the unbeaten Reivers will look to settle the score as the number 8 seed.
I'm excited for the guys. I mean, that's really, I was telling everyone, I just want it for these kids. That's really it. It's a good group of guys. You know, they do whatever I ask. They're always trying to do the right things. Body of work, everything we've done all year. You know, I think we've consistently been one of the top 3 or 4 best teams in the country all year. You know, we hit a little bit of a roadblock in the end, but you know, the guys been saying that minor setback for a major comeback.
The Reivers are in Pool A and will run with Muskegon down in Tyler, Texas on Tuesday, November 19th. What a week of playoff action as stuff is going on all over the place as the plot thickens. And so, for this latest edition of IWTV News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.